Hey everybody, this is Grace. Okay, in this video, I'm going to talk about when you have, like I was talking about earlier today, a situation where somebody has to learn they need to learn a lesson, and they do, but unfortunately it was caused by somebody basically threatening them, kind of a threat. I don't really know. I have no idea but what the person said. Now, I don't think that's good at all, that anybody thinks that they should use that kind of a tactic to get somebody to stop doing something, is to threaten them. But yeah, at the same token, that person needed to learn, you don't do that, what she was doing. Okay, now that's one thing. Now, I've heard a lot of people say, oh, it doesn't work anymore to teach people how to treat you, and I see that in a way sometimes too. Yeah, it could be, and then some people maybe it would work. I'm not suggesting anybody do it, because these people can be dangerous, but I think that in most situations I would see reason to say, don't do that to me, or if it was something truly bothering me, to make a comment. I don't think that made much sense, because I had to watch what I was doing, where I was going. I went the wrong direction as it was. Yeah, I'm not used to coming to this place. Hardly ever go to Kentucky Fried Chicken. Adam asked me when was the last time. Couldn't remember. I couldn't. I've been here, I think, for some chicken pot pies, but I don't know. I think that was it. Now I remember why I don't go there. Yeah. We hardly ever go to KFC, like I say, every blue moon. And when they don't, this one, I don't know what they do that everywhere, but this one, I wanted to exchange, in the whole meal thing. I don't like coleslaw. I don't like their potatoes and gravy. And no, you can't exchange anything. You can't trade out anything. You have to pay $3 more for any side, like a French fry. An order of French fries, it's going to be $3 more. And I flat out said in a very nice way, this is why I don't come here. Such a rigid rule. Seriously. I mean, some people like, other things than what you think they should eat with their chicken, So anyway, I'm going to go to the other one, a different, not KFC, a different place. And I called Adam to see what he wanted, if he wanted that same place. And, well, he said he'd like this other place, which originally I was going to go to, but the one that's near my home, why is that light going on? One near my home, that's the one that they'll take up to, they can take up to like 30 minutes if you say you want something fresh. On a Friday night, chicken that's cooked fresh, and you have to actually say that. It's a busy place, and the word in the title is express. And it'll take up to 30 minutes. They stopped doing that after I called the corporate office, and the next time they remembered me. Yeah, I called the corporate office while I was there one time. So, yeah. You're not gonna. That was the second time they had kept me that, going on that long. And so I called the corporate office, and they told them, you don't do that to customers. You give their customers what they ask for right away. It's not something that you wait around to make. Chicken doesn't take 30 minutes. Yeah. I was thinking about not making this a video because I was kind of ranting, but I'm going to anyway. Because, that did happen, and it does happen. I got off track, but maybe I can figure out how to separate these all out. Or may not, just put them all together, go with the flow, stream of consciousness, what's going on, what's real. You got all that. But yeah, I've had troubles like that where I live. I've mentioned this before, that really you get a lot of flack from these places. You drive up to them and you say, I want to order a box of chicken at a chicken place, and they, 20, 30 minutes later, and you can see what they're doing. People who just want 1 or 2 pieces in the drive-thru, they'll give it to them, and then you're just sitting there waiting for a whole box of chicken. Like, what the crap? And then they give you attitude. Okay. And it's not just that one place. You know, not just and not just chicken either. Yeah, they give you flack. No, it doesn't work that way. Some of us know what to do. That is to call their managers. You know, they'll call their managers. If they don't care, corporate office. I've learned to go straight to corporate office because their managers usually are their friends. Not in any place. I've learned that. Don't we all know that? But some of them, their corporate offices, we have to go through the district manager, and the district manager is a friend. Yeah. I think this definitely turned out to be more of a vlog. Yeah. But isn't this sunset really beautiful today? I did a video for my, my original narcissism channel, I guess. Not the first original channel, and it was showing the sunset and all that. It was so beautiful. I hope I remember not to change the visual effect on these. But yeah, it's very beautiful. I don't know if you see it the same in it or not. But anyway, while I'm talking about my other channel, you remember I was having all that trouble with anybody seeing them? It was still doing it yesterday. But later on, I took it down and just put it on private for a while. Then I put it back up later on, and it was able, people were able to see it. But I think I know one of the reasons why this was happening, and I could be totally wrong, why it was happening was because, if you're on desktop, not on everything I've found, because I've got an iPad, and not on an iPad, it's different, so different on an iPad. But on desktop, like on the computer, at least on mine, okay, what it would do is, like on the front screen, the home screen, it would, why am I saying screen? Home screen. It would advertise for other people who are related or something like that. And I've always wondered what would happen if I turned that off. Well, it says something about it won't recommend your videos on other channels or something like that. Well, so what? You're not doing it anyway. So why am I advertising for other people, especially ones I don't care for? And, and so I turned it off, and I left it off for a few days, and I'm thinking that's what it was. And I ticked off the AI because I wasn't advertising for the bigger channels. Yeah. Okay, this is definitely rambling. I might have to take the front part of it and put it on the back. Something, or take it off. I don't know. Okay, but yeah, I do see things like that now. Over the time, I see more about how, especially since many of us got demonetized, for not having over 1,000 and all that. And it doesn't matter how many channels you have, and that you did have over that, but the channels were separated. But yeah, that the smaller channels, like I've said in another video, at least one other, that the smaller channels, so many things are just going wrong. And there was something new again today. And I don't spend hours and hours looking at it trying to figure it out. It's kind of like right away, it's obvious, but I can't even remember what it was. It's just like every time you turn around, there's something new. Oh, I know what it was. Yeah, it was actually yesterday I saw it, last night. I was looking at that, like I said, I have this iPad, and then I have an Android, and I've never taken them side by side, and I haven't had that iPad that long, really, and I've just never taken them side by side and see what kind of view counts, if the view counts on each one of them says the same, just by looking at the channel, like from another channel looking at it. You see what I'm saying? Not from the actual channel, but a different channel to look at it. And under both of them, they would say different view counts. So, and you can go under also, this kind of, when you do go under desktop, on your own channel, you can see that it doesn't match up either. Now, I know at least one person has seen that too. And yeah, it's like, but I didn't know about iPad and just regular iPad app, the app on it, and then an Android app. 2 different amounts for each video. That's weird, don't you think? I think I'm just kind of rambling while I'm showing the view. But yeah, I don't think I've done one quite like this, this kind of stream of consciousness quite like this in a while. I really don't think I have, but I don't know, maybe I'm feeling better or something. So just whatever comes to mind as it comes to mind. Although I do have to turn it off every once in a while because of the like click off, and so it's not truly stream of consciousness, but because I sneeze and cough allergies. And this has been some time, hasn't it? I was telling Adam last night, talking about allergies, is that when have we had a break from allergies? And really, it's been months. I really don't remember, like a long enough time between this allergen or that allergen, just going crazy with it. Yeah. Okay, now when I turn this way, you'll see the beautiful, beautiful sunset. And the other way to my left, out there is where, somewhere out there is where, whoops, went a little bit too far, is South Fork Ranch, from the show Dallas, is out that way. That's Parker, Texas, that way. Yeah, this is, I think, Allen. So it's like 3 or 4, and then to the right was Lucas. The other way is Plano. So it's about, yeah, I think that's all. 4 little, or not so little, suburbs right there all together. So anyway, what was I talking about at the beginning of this, this video? Who cares anymore? I know I was talking something about, I don't like the way that, one person was taught how to behave, and I think I was starting to talk about, when some people, you tell them, okay, that's it. You're not allowed to do that to me. You're not allowed to treat me that way. I'm talking like online. No, you're not allowed to steal my ideas anymore. That's it. Over. And, they just got to get one more in, and of course blame you for the whole thing. Say that she might become paranoid. She might be becoming paranoid, kind of thing. And of course not giving your name, but yeah, that's what they were doing all along. That's typical. That is so typical of someone who is doing something, got caught. It's not every one of them will do it, but someone who was doing something, got caught, the person outed them and said, I didn't out the actual person, but yeah, I made it known. So the response can be that of blaming the victim or trying to make them look like they're losing it because they think that's happening. Well, guess what, people? How many of you know that you can actually verify the time, the date and time that you uploaded a video, and you can verify the date and time when it was published, when it actually went, published, when people could see it, whether it was on public or on notification, doesn't matter as far as I could tell. But you can actually do the date and time for both of them. If they, if you did schedule it out, yeah, to where it would need it, it would show a difference on when you uploaded it and when you made it public. But you can. So you do that, and that person's trying to say they didn't copycat you when they did. Yeah, because you can verify what time you did your video. Kind of rambling, huh? People looking at it, they can too. They can see that, not the time, but the date that it was published underneath your video in the description. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up.